Hello, Emily.
Hey, I don't think we've met before, but I'm Ty's assistant.
You're assisting Ty in getting to the meeting on time?
Probably not. He's usually about 5 minutes late at least.
No worries. Do you have any idea what this call is about?
Yeah, he gave me a little overview about Go High Level. And I know you guys have just been kind of doing training on it and through it.
Yes, we have been. We started kind of with the basics, like super basic stuff, and now we're using Miro. Have you ever used Miro before?
I have not.
Cool. I'll share my screen so you can see what we got going on here. Yes. Okay, here we go. Hey, Ty. You're muted.
Sorry, I was speaking and I thought I was unmuted. I wasn't.
So I was just showing Emily what we've got going on. So Miro is basically a bunch of sticky notes organized with lines between them. So, you know, a mind map, call it what you want. What we really have been doing is I have been trying to understand all the things that happen in Ty's head and in the business in general, and then mapping that stuff out.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he's got a lot going on in his head, so a lot of ideas, so appreciate it.
Cool. So Ty, we left off yesterday. Schools, or I guess we did multifamily was the last one we talked about, kind of some examples of that. Is that a good place to start?
Yeah, I think that would be perfect. You just jump right back in there and see where we're going on. And Emily knows quite a bit of this. She's been working with me for what, 6 months? Longer than that? How long have we been working together, Em?
You're muted.
Google Meet. Sorry, almost a year. I think it'll be a year in December.
Holy cows! Yeah, 9 months then. Yeah, it's coming up. 10 months. Oh, all right. So
hold on, Emily. I'm gonna share this with you, so at least you have it as well. You can always watch our screen, but I'm just gonna share this with you so you can move around if you just want to follow along on the actual computer.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's just jump back into multifamily. I'm going to read this and see where I left. So we got King Creek was TWWS's first multifamily project, and then value add the triplex. I did that under my own, like that's Robertson Lane LLC and all that kind of stuff. We haven't done any other multifamily other than I've done a couple other apartment complexes for other companies. So I don't know if you want to put that down, like we did a ground up construction for a place called Hoodoo Village.
Did you already do that one?
We did the Hoodoo Hotel. The
Hoodoo
Village was the employee housing for the hotel. So if you want to call it like Hoodoo Village / employee housing apartment complex.
What was your role in that?
I was the superintendent, project manager on the site, making it happen. Built it from the ground up, from the foundation, working with the city, utilities, dealing with the owner, It's basically the contractor, but I was working for the contractor.
Got it. Okay. So I'm just going to make note of that. I was working with another contractor, just so we can make sure that when we put that on any forward-facing information, we can just make sure that like we just word it correctly, right? That's
Yep.
all.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I said we can leave that as far as the multifamily that's done and where we're at.
Cool.
We jump over to hotels if you want to.
Mhm.
So I haven't built any hotels under TWS, but I have done 3 hotels under my last company, and that was ground up construction. We can probably do the Homewood Suites was the first one. It's a Hilton long stay hotel, and it was the first underground parking for Moab, Utah. First and only thus far.
How come?
The hotel is built from property line to property line, and so they need a
Okay. Got it. So it's not like a city thing where they don't want to have underground parking. That was just a project thing.
just a project specific. They needed more parking and they didn't have any more land, so they did a 2-story parking garage underneath the hotel.
That's cool.
It was a cool deal. It was pretty fun.
You've done some cool stuff.
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy, some of the things. Let's see. So I did that hotel. Yeah, that was the Homewood Suites Hotel. It was like a 96 room hotel with a pool, hot tub, and commercial kitchen. And then when I went from that one, I went and did a Hyatt Place hotel.
Mhm.
The Hyatt Place hotel, some unique things about it. It had a full-on bar and a light commercial kitchen. And then its uniqueness was it has 4 duplex casitas. As far as I know, unless they built some more, but at the time it was the first Hyatt Place hotel that had a separate building with casitas instead of all the rooms in the hotel. They had actual duplex casitas that they rent out each side, like for larger groups. They were like 3-bedroom, 2-bath, little casita, little duplexes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a cool little unique build.
Wild.
And then from that one, I went and finished up. In the meantime, like when I was doing all these hotels, that was that Hoodoo Resort Hotel that I was going forth on. So that's the 3rd hotel that I built. It was the Hoodoo Resort Hotel.
And you did the Hoodoo on TWS, or was that with the other company?
That's with the other company. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So no more hotels, right?
Yep. No more hotels. That's it.
Awesome. I had put kitchen hoods in here because I remember in the beginning you said you kind of did some like smaller projects with kitchen hoods. Are there any smaller projects like that, whether they're in hotels, multifamily, schools, that we can put in so that people know that you do like not just the giant things, but we can start incorporating the little parts of it too? Because again, authority, the little things make up the big things.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's see. I did a I did a commercial hood in the parking garage at the Hoodoo Hotel. We had to do that because they had a little barbecue place and made us put it in there.
Nice. What was that? Resort? Let's see here.
The Hyatt Place. You want to go under hotels?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Let's see. Hotels.
Yeah, kitchen hoods there. You can. The Hyatt
Yeah,
Place.
just
had it. Let's see what other. Oh, I did the pizza place, a Canyon Pizza that had a commercial hood in it.
So you built a commercial pizza shop?
Yeah, you can put that under retail. We can jump back over to retail, or restaurant, maybe. Crap.
We have a restaurant?
Yeah,
We have
restaurant.
restaurants.
Yep,
Let's add
restaurant.
restaurants.
That one is Canyon Pizza.
In Canyon
Restaurant.
City?
Yep.
Oh, fun. Been there.
Yeah, it was one of my late partners' vision, and I helped build it for him.
Nice. So commercial build, existing building, I'm guessing.
Existing building, remodeled it, added a commercial hood and pizza retail or pizza area.
Pizza oven and seating area.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. What else?
All right, let's see. Let's see what else we're gonna have. We have flex space and warehouses. I have. Let's see. I'm trying to think if warehouse would be incorporated with flex space or if they're two separate things.
I don't know. Let's see here. So warehouse. Let's just type in Moab for fun. So what would that be, like warehouse construction, probably?
Yeah.
So we'll do warehouse construction, and then we'll do flex space construction. See if we get different things. So we get LoopNet. That's interesting. Facebook. Wow, that's crazy. When you search flex space construction, there's no actual contractors. It's just for rent. Oh, here we go. The Rachel Booty team.
She's a realtor. Huh. She's my realtor. A bunch of stuff.
Interesting. And it just comes up as only because she has Moab commercial in her page. That's it. Huh. Wild.
Commercial.
Here's, I guess Hogan's one of the big people in your town too.
No, they're out of Salt Lake, but I built all their stuff in Moab.
Okay. Interesting.
That was the old company I worked for, and I did all their stuff in Moab for the last 10 years.
So I guess, okay, so Moab is in the Intermountain region. Is that what's kind of happening here?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, understood. Okay, so that's really interesting. From a URL website perspective, you should be able to easily start showing up for warehouse construction Moab.
Well, I am. I'm the very top person.
Oh, you were? Did I miss it?
You want to right past it? Go back to it.
Oh, yeah, I did. Look at that.
Right there.
Right past it. That's good. Got it. Now, why does it think you do that? Okay, so it says commercial 3 times on this homepage. Cool. So we could definitely, like, you could go way more in depth to actually, just show people like, hey, like, we actually do commercial stuff. Like, here's all the examples. Here's all the things that we have done. So it's good that you guys are showing up, but the more the better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it must have been flex space that I was looking at. Then I got confused. So flex space is Rachel. She's the first like business. And then Hogan Construction. So FlexSpace is another one for website. How it should be pretty easy to outrank most of these things.
Yep, for sure.
So they are 2 different words. for sure. That's kind of what we're coming back to. They are not combined.
All right, that's good to know. Okay. I took a warehouse and split it into 2 different units. If we want to put that under kind of part of there, and I'm going to tear that warehouse down and do an office building. So, but for the last 5 years, I've owned it, and we remodeled it a couple times. Took a 4,000 square foot metal building, turned it into 2,000 square foot unit, and rent those out right now. But I put a divider wall in and separated them out.
You said you tore down something. What was that?
We're going to tear it down and put our
Oh.
office in the next 3 months. So that's the
Sweet.
only warehouse I've really have done per se. I've done a couple other ones 15, 16 years ago, but they're obscure and out in the middle of nowhere.
So warehouse tear down for commercial, what is that? Commercial, like,
Commercial, it would be office retail space. Executive office and retail space is what we're going to do.
okay, cool. Any flex spaces?
Not yet. That's my man cave idea that I have in development. So if I can get the ball rolling within the next 18 months, we'll have a man cave or hobby cave that we'll have 2 of them going on. We should be able to advertise.
So specialized, like they're specialized dwelling units with garages.
Yep.
Large garages.
Correct.
Cool. And then what other types of flex space are out there just for general, even if you haven't done it?
Like you would have like flex space general, it would be like a concrete tilt-up building that someone builds and they can divide it up in different units, and people can put in like a crumble cookie, or they can put in a welding shop, or they can put in whatever. It's just industrial, electrical supply house, or kind of like have a storefront entrance, but in a warehouse in the back is what a flex space is.
Okay. That's good to know. It's a good definition.
Mhm.
All right. We've got a bunch of things here that you have done. Are we missing anything?
No, this is really good. This is the good, high, fun stuff. I've done the fire stations. I've done hospital remodels, swimming pools. So I've done all kinds of stuff.
What are the other random things that you have done?
I did what's a good random thing I've done out in the middle of nowhere. I did for the Nature Conservancy. I did observation decks and sleeping deck, like where they could come put their canvas, like tent-based decks. Glamping. I've done foundation for glamping resorts like the Under Canvas or Yulum. That's something that we did. Look up Yulum Moab.
What is it called? What's it called? Ulum?
ULUM.
Got it.
I forgot we did that one. That's actually under TWWS. We did all the tent bases for this resort.
Let's see. That's hotels.
They're going to resorts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot we had them both.
Maybe there's 52 tent bases for their high-end canvas tents with bathrooms and AC units.
$52 concrete
No,
pads.
not concrete pads. They are, they would have been wood, like
Elevated wood pads, like wood decking.
elevated wood pads. Yeah, that's a good
Wood,
word. Wood
call it
foundation.
decking pads, whatever, for the canvas tents.
Yep.
And the tents had AC and plumbing.
Yep.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah. Cool. That's a fun one.
Yep. You could put under rent. I've done concrete water tanks. 1 million, 2 million, and 3 million gallon water tanks. And then I've also done out in the middle of nowhere like that, Lake Powell. I did buried 50,000 gallon fiberglass water tanks. Where it takes 2.5 hours to just get to the job site from any town.
Wow. I always knew somebody had to put those things in there.
Yep, I'm the random guy that out in the middle of nowhere that builds that stuff.
It's fun. It must be like an interesting trip to work every day.
It was an amazing. Like you get to drive and see this amazing country every day. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Yeah, I say that's about a good high level of random and good stuff and things we got.
Cool.
There's some backup and all that fun stuff.
Okay. So we've got that core values. What's this going to be? Okay, those are the projects. I'm looking for, what do you think we should do as the next step of going through all of this?
That is a good question. One of the things I'm wondering, okay, so I got two things. I've got business acquisitions in my mind that we're going to want to kind of build out and have and kind of keep track of, because I'm trying to purchase businesses and create some SOPs and have that side of TWWS acquisitions. But then also I was wondering if we needed to go down like on TWWS's estimating side, like build the structure of because we're going to start estimating some of these larger projects, and we got to build our contact list, our smart list, and build out the whole SOP thing to estimate a project. So there's that under the TWWS construction side. Really a couple things that are just in my mind.
Okay. Yeah, that was definitely the two things I was thinking about too. Let's see, where is that lift? We actually have one. Starting to get a little unmanageable here.
It's crazy.
All right, we're just going to make its own TWS estimating side, and then we've got business acquisition. So sounds like to me the TWS estimating side is probably the thing that's closest to you in your world right now. Business acquisition is kind of like a side hustle game, maybe just we're using words. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, TWS is estimating is a big thing that I'm trying to get off my plate and hand over to the team so that they can run with it, and I can take off the estimating hat and just finalize the sales hat, and then I can say, hey, here's a project, let's estimate it.
Okay, so this is one of the bigger pain points you have in your personal world right now, because you are still handling a lot of this. Does that sound right?
Yep, correct.
Cool. All right. Walk me through this craziness. What services, what softwares are you using currently? What questions do you need answered before you go in? I know this is probably going to be a big one. Seems like there's a lot that goes into this one.
Okay, there is, and it's like a lot of it would be like from so this is going to replace a little bit of my pipe drive that I have going on, which is like my sales process a little bit, but I can send that to you. Let's see if I can log in. I'm just going to use it as a guide as we talk about it.
Sweet.
So when I get a project or someone talks to me about a project, then I automatically, okay, so it's a lead that comes in. I initiate a client meeting, and then if they want to go forward, then we work on defining the scope that they want us to move forward with. All right. So defining that scope, once we have it defined and we know what we're doing, then we will estimate the project. So either we're in the planning side where we're going to draw plans, or they have existing plans and we're putting together the estimate off the scope of work.
So if these are the stages, does this make sense? New lead, plans, so either you guys are building them or they already have ones that they're coming to you with, and then it goes to estimate?
That could do that. I would do client meeting, yes. Yeah, no, that looks all right. Yep, plans, and then if they have it, then it will go to estimate. And then once the estimate's complete, it'll go to, we make a proposal. We put our proposal together.
Mm-hmm.
And then from proposal, if they accept it, there's always maybe a little bit of negotiation between proposal and contract. So it's either they accept it, negotiate it, or sign it. Does that make sense?
It does. Negotiate. So it'd be proposal, negotiate, accepted, and then signed. Those are like separate, right? Like, hey, verbal acceptance, and then there's the actual signature. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Like an actual, like, okay, they've accepted it. We draft up a contract, and here's all of our contract verbiage, everything, and we need your signature so we can legally do this for you. Select a deposit, because we won't start a project unless we get a deposit and stuff like that.
When does that deposit get? When do you take that deposit? After the acceptance or after the signature?
It's right in that area right there. Some people will send, like, we'll put a deposit on our proposal, say, hey, here's our proposal. We want 20% up front and your signature. They give us the 20% and a signature, and we draft up the contract. So I guess I just defined that it is during the proposal stage, during acceptance, right?
So I'm a bit unclear of where, like, I'm just trying to work it through in my head of like, okay, so you get a new lead, you deal with all that stuff. They have plans or whatever. That's pretty self-explanatory. The estimate, that's you guys working on building out the estimate, getting all the numbers that you need. And then you submit that to them and you're like, hey, here's kind of what we talked about, just making sure we're all on the same page. How does this look? You know, what things do you want to change on it? So is it at that point you're collecting the 20%, or is it kind of at the like negotiate / accepted when like all of the things are, you know, like hammered out, all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed? Is that where you get it, or is it actually at the proposal before all the negotiation?
We ask for it in the proposal, we don't expect it until they sign a contract.
Got it. Okay. So is this more of like part of the sales process, like during the proposal, like, hey, John Smith, like, here's all the information that we talked about from the plans. Here's the estimate. Just to let you know, if this is something that you're really serious about, we do get 20% of the cost up front. And, you know, we don't expect you to pay that today, but right at the signature or, you know, somewhere, that's when we expect it. So is it more like the sales process?
Yeah.
Then, okay, so got it. So during the proposal stage, you're just setting expectations with the 20% up front. Then you
Mhm.
negotiate, because setting the expectation could just like scare some people away to begin with, right? And then you negotiate, they accept it, you draft up the contract, and then you send the signature out. And then you also send out payment.
Yep.
Payment docs. Okay, cool. So I could see this being, the way I see it is, you know, we go through all this stuff, you fill it out, you send out the document for signature, they sign. As soon as it's sent, then we can send out the payment doc immediately as an automation.
Yep.
Assuming that all the payment information is already filled out and done correctly, we could do that. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So there's probably a lot of other information in here, as opposed to like you just want to start with a new lead. Like, what do you collect from them? And also, like, how do you know if someone's not a good fit for you? I think that's probably like my biggest question, because if you've been doing this for a long time and you're going to train someone else to do this,
Mhm.
I always struggle with like, okay, how do I make sure that I'm kind of vetting these new leads to make sure that it's even worth our time to get to the plans and the estimate step?
Yep.
Do you have something like that?
We don't have anything formal other than our qualification. Like, so we're qualifying the lead, right?
Mhm.
It's going to be, do they meet our mark, our clientele, or our perfect, what do we call it? Our ideal client, which is it a business owner? Is it a municipality? Is it commercial? Like those things, right? Like, are you one of these? And if you are, then you will become our client. If you're residential, if you're a remodel, like little things like that, we're like, okay, this isn't really we're not really set up to do this for you guys, because we'll be way too expensive for it. So it kind of goes
Right.
to it is on something that I have.
So it's kind of like the restaurants, resorts, office building, retail, schools, multifamily, hotels. But we also had, I thought we had like a residential one in here somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. High-end consulting.
High-end custom homes, yeah.
Custom homes, right. So, okay, so if it's one of those that we've gone over, then that's like step one of ideal client profile,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see where to go. Here we go.
It is getting cut. Yeah. Sorry, dude.
No, this is good. This is why we do it. Ideal client, business owner, hospitality. See black cards.
There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's why we do this, right?
Yep.
Okay, so in my mind, if we go to GHL, for example, let's just pick on Corey for a minute. So if someone on your team is talking to Corey and Corey submitted a new lead, I see in my mind in the contacts kind of like a little questionnaire, right? This one says, are they sub 2? But maybe we would have like, what type of property do they need help with or something? And then we can have the check boxes of commercial or whatever. And if they say, I want to help building a $300,000 home, maybe we have a residential in there, just so we're qualifying all people, good or bad.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly. You're right on that.
And then if they are like a low end residential and we click that button, we can move them in a pipeline stage to like unqualified lead.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Probably move that to the end, unqualified lead. Okay. Tell me more about this new lead.
That's about it. Like it's going to be qualifying through there. Once they become a lead, then we will set up like our client meeting where I wanted to find out how. And there's another thing that I haven't been able to implement into the business. I've done it a little bit, but it's like set up our initial meeting and collect then this is where you can really find out if they're going to waste my time or not. Is like, hey, a pre-construction agreement kind of thing. Because if they really are serious about us doing something in the private sector, that they'll sign like, hey, I'm going to charge you $2,500 so we can sit down and say we'll pre-qualify a pre-construction agreement so we can understand our scope of work. And we'll take that off. If it finalizes and it turns into a contract, we'll take that $2,500, $5,000 off the final bid. But if you don't, then we keep that because we spent all this time to qualify or to go down this rabbit hole of this project that you want to do. Because a lot of times people will have me do 3 or 4 or 5 estimates, and my team puts that together, and that's cost. And it's one way to say, hey, are you serious to do this? If you're serious enough, put your money down, and we will take care of you. If you just kind of are looking for a free estimate, we'll give you a quick free estimate and not really waste our time.
Got it. So what do they get with that $2,500 down? Because I like that idea. Like for me, I don't have much experience, but I'm just thinking like if I was your client and you were like, hey, $2,500 down, we'll do the estimate for you, we'll do some plans. If you don't want to use us, that's fine. Here's what you get at the end of that. If you want to keep moving forward with us, no problem. We'll just credit you the $2,500 at the end of the project anyways. So maybe or maybe not. What do they get? Like, do they get to keep the estimate? Are there plans involved?
It will all depend on how much they bring to the table. So it's like what we can guarantee is that they will have a defined scope of work, a written out scope of work of what they are asking us to do, and it will be a verbiage written out. This is what you're asking. So we'll type that up and say, this is defined what you want. We'll define that. And then we will give them a broken down estimate that will show them a breakdown of what that cost to do that project. We'll give that to them. And that's what they'll walk away with, is a defined scope of work and a estimate broken down. If they don't like what it is, they walk away and take it to someone else and have them do If they want plans, then that would be added cost. If they want to draw up plans and all that kind of stuff, and that will be on a client basis.
Cool. Okay. So set up client meeting, pre-construction agreement in the private sector. So, okay. New lead comes in.
Mhm.
Let me get back up here. So we get new lead,
Mhm.
client meeting. I think we're going to add a step or two in here. So how are you meeting with the people? Is this a phone call? Is this a meet? Google Zoom?
It could be a Zoom, an in-person meeting, one of those two. That's mostly how, or a lunch meeting, I guess, would be Zoom, lunch, in person, sit down.
And the reason I ask is I'm wondering if every new lead only gets a 20-minute Zoom meeting to like double ensure, just to go over like your process, right? Like, hey,
Mhm.
John, this is Ty. I saw you submitted this information. I just want to go over it and make sure I have all the information correctly and I understand exactly what you're going through, like what you're looking for, and to explain what our process is for next steps. And then, you go through, you kind of figure out in 20 minutes like what they're looking for. Great. That's awesome. Here's how we work. Next steps is we actually require a $2,500 pre-construction agreement, which allows my team to go in and give you the best, most accurate estimates for this defined project that we've talked about. I know we don't have everything defined right now, but I just want to let you know that on our next call, we will thoroughly go through and define everything so that we can give you the correct estimate.
Right.
Is that like a interesting flow, or does that seem way wrong?
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Because then you're just like, you're not driving out to have lunch with somebody and they're just a tire kicker and whatever.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to change this first client meeting to only be in Zoom or Google Meet, whatever it is. And the goal is just to see if they are your avatar and like time frame works. And to set expectations that there is a second call or in person where more in-depth scope of work is gone over, something like that.
Yeah.
And then the next meeting, so people will either like disqualify or they'll agree to second meeting and terms. And then the second meeting would be in person or over Zoom. What typically happens for like there's more in-depth scope of work? So they kind of either or.
Say that again.
So like when you're going over the scope of work with clients, is that something usually like are walking the job sites or can be done over Zoom?
It can be done over Zoom. It's like really kind of just asking like, what are your wants for the project? Or they say they have plans, or okay, we'll review your plans and define exactly what you're asking for. kind of thing. We'll find out if we've got to produce plans or if you already have plans, and then we can go from there. If we need to define the scope better and go down a design, it basically is going to find out if we have to go down the design path or the estimating path and put prices together for it.
Got it. Okay, so plans. I'm gonna make another one here. Let's see, where'd that go? Because I think this is actually two different stages. So TWS plans, and then, and I don't know, maybe these aren't stages, I'm not sure. Has own plans. Because yeah, like you're gonna need to move the lead into a TWS plan stage, and then you're gonna need all sorts of information on that. They have their own plans, then it's probably just it's a whole different thing.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so here's where I was gonna go. You said it was either the estimate route or the plans route.
Yeah, or the design route.
Design route. Should I be using the words design route instead of plans?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna change this then. Okay. So if it goes, so this will be TWS designs, TWS design estimate route, and we're just going to draw a line. Then draw a line. Okay. So second meeting, we'll figure out if it's a design route or an estimate route, and then qualify. What's this? Set up client meeting. So you do the second.
I would almost say you're going to move that estimate route over to the right and put the design route above all those other ones you have right there. Because the estimate route will be easy if they have their own design. Then it gets a lot. Then the team knows what to do, how to go through the estimate. But if it's TWS design route, then all that other stuff you have below that is what is the initial client meeting, defining the scope, that kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does. So defining the scope and qualifying lead. I think we already did this. We kind of did this up top.
Yeah.
And then what's this one say? Okay.
Are you got another meeting going on? We're at that time.
We do. I just want to finish up this. Thanks for keeping track on time. Defining moving forward scope, then qualifying lead. I think we already have that up here. Yeah, we already have that. And then what's this one? Set up client meeting, collect pre-construction. Okay, so when do we collect this?
When the pre-construction agreement,
Yeah, with the payment.
With the payment, when they want to move forward at the end of that meeting, We would already have a pre-construction agreement typed up with that. They sign it and we collect it at the end of that meeting.
Okay. Oops.
If they want to move forward, they pay it and we move it forward to the design side, to the design path.
Cool. So we're going to add,
The estimate path.
we're going to add one stage in here, because if we, I mean, hopefully everybody pays like right on the spot, right? You're like, hey, let me send this to you. Did you get it? Cool, I got your payment. But some people are not. So waiting for pre-construction deposit.
Yep.
So at the end of the call, you're like, hey, awesome, click a button. Did you get the pre-construction deposit payment invoice? Yes, I have. Great. They're like, oh man, I just want to think about it. Great. Awesome. You schedule a call with them in like a few days. And in the meantime, their card now moves over here into waiting for the pre-deposit or pre-construction deposit.
Perfect. Yep.
Cool. When do you want to chat again?
Let's see. I am free any afternoon the rest of this week. Anytime after, actually, let's see, anytime after 11 o'clock. I'm free.
I can do noon on Friday, and if you want to do tomorrow as well, it's either got to be before 11. You said, what would you say? After 11 or 1?
Yeah. After 11. Like I'm busy in the morning tomorrow with a couple of meetings. I can go early, or I can do 8 tomorrow. I don't have to be on site till, well, no, I can't. No. Yeah, 11 o'clock on or 10 o'clock on Friday.
Do you want to do 12 o'clock on Thursday? So that's what, tomorrow?
Yep. Yeah. That works.
So we'll do appointments, add this. Tomorrow's the 16th. Tomorrow's the 16th, and we said 12 o'clock, 12:50, same time. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Thoughts, comments, concerns about things that are happening today altogether, things we should be aware of, talk about?
No, I think we're good. I think we're moving down the right path.
Awesome. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. See you.
Peace.